Good morning. Sorry I'm a little bit late today. Good morning, Rory. Nice to see you. Hope everyone's doing okay. So let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to, at someone's request, we're going to do a hip opening focus. So again, it will be a lot like my regular classes, but just a little, all the hip openers. So good. So if you have a strap or block handy. Hi, Mia. Good morning. Go ahead and grab that now. If you don't have actual yoga straps or blocks, you can use, instead of a strap, you can use a scarf or a belt. And instead of a block, you can use books, just anything about this thick. So let's get started. And we'll also continue with all the things that we have been doing for the last couple of classes, the building strength and balance, because those were also requested. So we'll try to fit everything into an hour. Good. So find your mountain pose. You can have your big toes touching or your feet hip distance apart. If you are working on your balance, I would suggest big toes touching because that's a little bit more of a challenge. And just start to scan up from your feet. Spread your toes wide. Keep your knees soft, slightly bent. Belly in and up, pelvic floor engaged, tailbone down, spine long, neck long, shoulders back and down, chest open, chin parallel to the floor. Just standing up nice and tall. Imagine there is a string attached to your head, connecting it to the ceiling, just pulling you up tall. And again, make sure that your belly is in, tailbone tucked down, so keeping your spine as long as possible and your core engaged. And just start to bring your attention to your breath. And so by the way, today, you might notice the lighting looks a little bit better. It's because I have the door open, so we're getting light from the room behind the camera, because nobody's going to be in that room today. However, you might hear a little more outside noise because the windows are open over there. So yeah, back to your breath. Just noticing which parts of your body move with each inhalation and exhalation. And you can keep moving, like just rocking back and forth and from side to side a little bit, just finding your center. Noticing your chest expanding as you inhale, your body lengthening, and as you exhale, just notice everything softening and releasing. Inhales, lengthening, expanding. Exhales, softening and releasing. Good. And then if you're familiar with the Ujjayi breath, the yogic ocean breath, I would recommend transitioning to that now and trying to stay with that throughout the practice. So breathing with sound through your nose, keeping your mouth closed. So the sound should come kind of from the throat area, so you want to constrict your throat a little bit as if you're whispering. So I'll get a little closer just in case anyone isn't familiar with the sound. So it's like It just lengthens and deepens your breath, and it's really calming. So we're not talking about, that's kind of like a short, anxious breath, a deep, calming, long breath coming from this area, not this area. I hope that makes sense. With your next exhalation, drop your hands, palms facing out, keeping the chest open, shoulders back. Keep your core and your pelvic floor engaged. And inhale, bring the arms up. And exhale, float the arms back down. Moving with the breath. Oh, and that noise is happening right now. It's the fan on my computer, so all this should go away after 3 minutes. And keeping your arms up, and raise your fingers, and let fingers point up. Really reach through your abdomen, through the rib cage. And imagine it reach into your feet as well, so reach in both directions. And exhale, reach to one side. And look up in the opposite direction. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come deeper into the pose. And then coming back to center, change the posture of your hands. And reach to the opposite side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach. Good. And inhale, come back to center. Exhale. Float the arms down. And keep your strap. Sarah, if you're here, I know this might be, we do some shoulder things at the beginning, so I guess just do it with one arm or do your best with the other arm as long as your doctor says it's okay to do this kind of thing. So we're just going to take the strap over our heads and exhale. Drop the strap on the floor. Garland over. Inhale, come up. And exhale around the spine, look down. Inhale, and exhale. And inhale. Very gently. Try not to strain your shoulders, it's just stretching them. Inhale, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale. Good. Inhale up, and exhale, reach to one side, look up in the opposite direction. Pulling down with the strap. And inhale, center, exhale, opposite side. And inhale back to center, and then just free movements. And getting into your back a little more. Maybe even getting into the hips and wrists. Just moving away, it feels good to you. Staying with the breath. Come down to enjoy your breath whenever you. It's easy to kind of lose it, but I can't stress enough how good it is to try to use that breath because It really helps you to deepen into your poses and to kind of be able to relax a little more and be more aware of your body. Good. Go ahead and place the strap to the side. And bend your knees, place your hands over your knees and just draw circles or figures with your hips and your knees. Keep the belly drawn and keep the pelvic floor engaged. Good, and then slowly straighten the legs by still keeping a slight bend in your knees. Just to avoid locking and fold forward. You can ground your spine, drop your head, grab your elbows for a little added weight, and just start to breathe into your hamstrings and hips and back. Just feeling your back start to decompress. And your hamstrings is starting to lengthen. So you can keep lengthening with each inhalation, lengthening your torso, and then just releasing a little more to the fold with each exhalation. Legs are strong and active. Good. And inhale, look ahead of you. Exhale, fold once more, drop your head, and inhale slowly up, engaging your core. Make a ragdoll, up, head up last. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands backwards. And we'll sit to the forward backs. Find your mountain pose once more, find your breath. And inhale, reach up. Maybe look up towards your thumbs and you bring your head square. And exhale, bring your hips back, belly in. And come down this time with a straight upper body, straight torso, and drop your head. And you can bring your hands onto a block, onto your shins, even up higher. Right now we're just working on our hips and hamstrings as we release our spine. Keep drawing the belly in, so really folding right at the waist. Bringing your ribcage towards your thighs. If your hamstrings are very tight, go ahead and bend your knees and keep bringing your ribcage towards your thighs. And inhale, look ahead of you, flat back. And exhale, fold. And inhale, look ahead of you, flat back. And exhale, fold. So I'm kind of alternating between straight and bent knees, so just so you can see that you can do either one. So do what is best for you. And inhale, look ahead of you, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. And step back into plank. So if you're coming from a shoulder injury and you can't do plank, just try with your knees down, maybe shift most of the weight onto your other arm. Or if you can do this forearm plank, and do that. But make sure whatever you're doing, you're engaging your core. And just hold here, really draw the belly in. If your legs are straight, push the heels away from you, engaging your legs. Good, and then slowly bring your elbows in, come all the way down to the mat. Flip your feet, pressing your toenails into the mat. Drop your forehead, shoulders in, and inhale, come up, baby cobra. So you can even lift your hands up here. You don't need to be pushing with your hands. We want to be working our lower back and core area. And just push your feet into the mat. Good. Exhale back down. And inhale one more time. Keep the shoulders away from the ears, chest open and forward. Good. And exhale back down. Tuck the toes under. Press onto your knees, engaging the core, and into downward dog. And start to just pedal your heels towards the mat, shoulders away from the ears. Make sure your fingers are spread wide. Really pressing your knuckles into the mat. And make sure your neck is nice and relaxed. So really you can drop your head, look towards your navel. Your head is actually coming towards the floor in this pose. Good. And inhale, the right leg up, toes pointing down. Come forward, bring your knee in, hold, and step it through. Drop your left knee, low lunge. So if you couldn't step your foot right through, it's fine. You can walk your foot towards in between your feet. And just stay here, breathing into your left hip flexor. Coming back to breathing with sound. Good. Inhale, look up. Exhale, come back. If you want extra stretch, really try to flex your feet, pointing the toes up. And exhale, fold. Bring your head towards your knee. And breathe into your right leg. Good. Inhale, come forward. Straighten your leg and open up to the right side. And exhale, reach way forward. Bring your hand down and step back plank or any modification of plank like before. Just building core strength here. And exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale. Inhale again, one more baby cobra. Maybe come a little higher this time. Don't force it though, really use your back muscles for this. And exhale, tuck the toes under, and press back. Downward dog. And breathe. Good. Inhale the left leg up and step it through. Drop the right knee and breathe into your left hip flexor. Sorry, actually it's the right hip flexor this time. Right hip flexor and left hamstring. Good. Inhale and exhale. Come back and fold. Good. Inhale. Come forward. Straighten the right leg and open up to the left side in a twist. Exhale, reach forward, bring your hand down, and get ready to step your right foot forward. So you can just push off with your right foot, come forward, look ahead of you, and exhale, fold. Inhale, Bring your hands to your waist, engage the core, come all the way up, reach up, and exhale, hands to heart. Just take a breath here. Good, and inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold, just like before. Drop the head. Inhale, look ahead of you. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back. Try to step back with a different leg each time in the plank. And inhale, exhale. Come all the way down. Bring your forehead down. Inhale. Slowly bring your head up. Last. The cobra. Exhale back down. Tuck the toes. And step back, downward dog. And inhale the right leg up. Come forward, step it through. And come up into a high lunge. Really engage both legs, so press the back heel away from you. Find your balance. You can look at a spot on the floor. If, Sarah, if you're here and it's too much for any of these where your arms are up, you can just keep them here. Or just have one arm up. I guess it's your right arm. Or bring, just do your best without pushing past any pain, of course. Good. And from here, bring your left elbow over in a twist. So this is more of a challenge for the balance. Also give you a nice twist. And back to center. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Step back plank. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale. Tuck the toes under. Press back, downward dog. And breathe. The downward dog is meant to be kind of a resting position where you can catch your breath. If it does feel like a resting position, great, stay there. If not, you can always come into child's pose instead. And your arms can be anywhere in child's pose. And child's pose is also an option, or downward dog at any time you're just feeling a little bit tired. And inhale, come forward. And lunge on the left side. And we're just holding here, working on our balance and building strength. Really keep a strong core connection in these poses that will help with your balance. If you feel like your whole midline and core is strong, then it just kind of can give you a lot more confidence when you're balancing. Good. Inhale, reach up, and exhale. Bring your right elbow over onto the left thigh. And twist. And just press your hands as close to the center of your chest as you can. Look up towards the ceiling. Keep pressing your back heel away from you. And inhale back to center. Hold a little longer. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Step back plank. Come all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale. Tuck the toes under. Downward dog. And look between your hands. Step your left foot forward, then step your right foot forward. Look ahead of you, flat back, exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back, look ahead of you, hands on hips, come all the way up. Engaging your core, reach up, and exhale, hands up. Good. Inhale, exhale, sit back into chair. So really bring your hips back, drawing your belly in, look down and make sure you can see your toes. So that ensures that your knees are behind your toes instead of over them. Sit back as much as you can. And maybe adjust your pelvic tilt just so that your lower back is not compressed. And maybe arms up. Maybe you can't do that. You just keep your hands here. Keep the chest open. So this is really to build strength in our legs and core. Good. And inhale, extend, exhale. Again, twisting, left elbow to right thigh. Press your hands towards the center of your chest. Good, and now look at the floor in front of your toes and step your left leg back into a high lunge with a twist. So we were doing this last week to work on balance. And it really helps if you keep your eyes on the floor in front of your foot instead of to the side. And inhale, step forward. Inhale, exhale, shift your weight onto the standing foot, your right foot, and step back. Keeping your core engaged. And inhale, step forward, maybe hover for a bit before you put your foot down. And inhale, exhale, step back one more time. And inhale, step forward. Good. And inhale, exhale, come back to center. Take a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, and twist to the left. Keep breathing. Good. Inhale, look at the floor. And exhale, step your right leg back. Exhale, inhale, step forward. Inhale, exhale, step back. Exhale, inhale, step forward. And inhale, exhale, step back. And exhale, inhale, step forward. Good. Inhale, center, exhale, arms out to the sides, and fold. Inhale, look ahead of you. Step back plank. Come all the way down. Flip your feet. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under. And come back into downward dog. Inhale on the right leg up and open your knee out to the side, stacking your hips. Good. Inhale, look between your hands, bring your knee forward and step right into warrior two. So you can take a fairly wide stance for this. Your left toe should be pointing towards the side of the mat, so at a 90-degree angle to your right foot. Gazing over your right fingers. And make sure, so this is actually a hip opener right here, especially if you make sure that your right knee is really coming back. So it should actually be aligned between, like right over your middle toe. And again, holding here, working on balance. Good. And we're kind of going to step off with our left foot to just bring our stance a little closer. So get ready for that. Inhale, step a little closer, pretty close. And then turn so both of your hips are facing towards the front of the mat. Your toes are pretty much pointed forward, although you can have your left toes out a little bit just to help with your balance. And reach back, grab your wrists or your elbows. Inhale, open your chest, and exhale, fold over your right leg. And breathe into your right hip and hamstring. This can also be a little challenging for balance. If it is like that for you right now, then you can turn your left toes out a little more, or you can have your feet just in a slightly wider stance. And just really pay attention to where your center of gravity is. Notice if you're leaning over to one side or the other. Good, and we're gonna inhale, come up. And reach the arms up if possible. Exhale, plant your hands. And you can either step back or try to do something a little fun and press into your hands and kind of kick off with your right foot to jump back. See if you can keep your left leg up. I don't know how graceful that was. I probably should have practiced that first. Good. And exhale all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under. And press back, downward dog. I'm just taking a couple of breaths here, or in child's pose. And inhale, open the left leg out to the side. Really feeling your hips opening here, stacking the hips. And look between your hands. And step it through, warrior two. And if you didn't get here that quickly, that's fine, because we're holding it for a few breaths. And again, make sure you're really opening your left hip, so bring your knee back in line with your middle toe. Make sure that your whole body is in alignment here, and look over your left fingers. And breathe. And then see if you can sink a little deeper, as long as you're keeping your knee behind or above your ankle. And get ready to hop forward with your right foot. And again, grab your wrists or elbows. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, fold over your left leg. Really bring your left hip back, keeping your hips square. And just breathe into the pose, so just coming a little deeper with each exhalation, releasing a little bit more. And keep lengthening your upper body with each inhalation. Alternatively, if you want to bend your, or like curve your back, just to get a little more of a stretch in your back and neck, you can do that. Round your back, that's what I was looking for. And keep breathing. Good, and inhale, slowly come up. And let's just step the right foot forward this time. Nice, easy, short step. Inhale, up, exhale, fold. And inhale, exhale, plant your hands, and step back plank, chaturanga, cobra. Come back down and press back. Downward dog. Good. And just walking the hands back to your feet. Hang there for a moment and then slowly round up. And well, I guess I'm in the center of my mat, but you can be wherever you are that's comfortable, is where we start working on tree pose and balancing a little bit. Good, so again, find your mountain pose, spread your toes wide, and shift your weight onto one foot, and then find your mountain or your tree pose wherever is appropriate for you. So the first thing you want to do actually is open your knee out to the side as much as you can to open your hip. And then you can place your foot anywhere on your leg except for your knee area. And you can even have your heel here and your toe helping you with the balance. And find a drishti point, a gazing point on the floor a few feet in front of you, something that's not moving. So you can glance at me if you want, but it's easier to keep your balance if you're just looking at the floor. So just place your foot anywhere on your leg except your knee area. And really try to open your hip out to the side. And just notice that centered channel of energy through your body. If you're really engaging your pelvic floor and your core here, it should help with your balance. And again, think of the same spinal alignment as in mountain pose, keeping your body nice and long, your spine long. And I'm a little wobbly today. It's kind of interesting to notice how that can change from day to day. It can have to do with your mind as much as your body. Good, and from here, we're just gonna move into a hip opener. So if you can, just bring your ankle directly over your knee. And sit back into one-legged chair. And then move your gazing point a little closer to you. Start to straighten your leg a little more and reach your fingertips down to the floor or a block or 2 blocks. Inhale, look ahead of you, and exhale, Fold, drop your head, and breathe into your hip. So this is like a combination of pigeon pose and a balance tree pose. And try to bring yourself deeper into the fold with each exhalation. Good, and inhale, look ahead of you, bend your knee again. See if you can just reverse through that movement. Maybe even for an extra challenge, going back to the tree. And then both feet on the floor and shake it out. So obviously your left, or whichever leg you're standing on, is getting a lot of work there. So just shake it out. And find mountain pose again and get ready for the other side. Remember to keep your core engaged. Remember to find that gazing point on the floor. Keeping your standing legs strong. And hip open, knee out to the side. And keep breathing. And if you're wobbling around, just kind of notice what's wobbling. Notice, see if you can just slightly adjust your center of gravity. Whatever you do, don't stress out about it. Just keep working on it. Because yoga is not a competition or a race. This is your practice. Good. And then from here, bring your ankle over your knee. Sit back into one-legged chair. Bring your gazing point a little closer to you. Reach towards the floor with your fingertips. Inhale and exhale, fold, drop your head. And inhale, look ahead of you, exhale, bend your knee, slowly come up. Maybe moving back through a tree. Realigning yourself, and then exhale, release, and shake it out. Good, and from here, let's come into a wide straddle. Make sure that your feet, you don't want your feet to be splayed out to the sides because we need our hips to be aligned forward for this. So toes pointing forward or slightly in. And reach your arms out. Exhale, clasp your hands behind you. Inhale, open the chest and shoulders. And exhale, fold. And let your hands drop back behind you. Sarah, if you're here, I don't know how this one is for your shoulders, so just maybe play it by ear. Release the clasp if you need to. And everybody go ahead and release. Bring your hands in line with your feet. Inhale, look ahead of you, lengthen the spine, and exhale. Try to bring your head in line with your hands and feet. And the crown of your head on the mat. Shift your weight slightly forward. You have your hands to support you. Good, and inhale, look up. Exhale, just twisting to each side, feeling a nice stretch through our ribcage. Good, and from here, hop back a little bit and fold your mat over for extra padding for your knees. And we're going to come down into frog pose. So the insides of your knees should be on the folded part of your mat, toes pointing out, away from each other, heels towards each other. And maybe come down onto your forearms and breathe into your hips and inner thighs. And again, if maybe you can use your breath to deepen the pose, bring your knees a little farther apart with each exhalation. And by a little, I mean a little, like a micro movement. And keep engaging your core and your pelvic floor even in this position. Good. Inhale, look up. Come back onto your hands. Bring your knees a little closer to each other until your heels are touching. You can bring the mat, unfold the mat, and just walk your fingertips forward and fold your head. Just rounding your spine. Good. And then one more from this position. Just bring your feet now a little, so you can bring your hips up to get into this. Bring your feet a little wider than hip distance, and now your feet, your toes can definitely be opening out to the side. And sit back and squat. And breathe. And try not to hold any tension. A lot of when we're stiff, a lot of what that is just kind of in our mind being afraid to release, like, because we're afraid we might get injured or something if we let too much of the tension go and stop holding it so much. But as long as you're not forcing it and you're just using your breath to release, you're not gonna get injured. Good, and then from here, just sit all the way down. And bring the soles of your feet together. Open your knees. So to open your knees, just open the soles of your feet like you're opening a book. But you bring your knees a little closer to the mat. This is one of my favorite poses. So grab your feet, look up, open your chest, bring your shoulders back, and exhale. And use your elbows to press your elbows into your inner thighs to push your knees closer to the ground. And you do not have the strength to injure yourself by pushing as hard as you can. Your elbows are not as strong as your legs and knees are. So just press as much as you can. And exhale, drop your head toward your feet, rounding the spine. Keep breathing. Okay, inhale slowly roll up, becoming a last. And you might want to move kind of off your mat for this a seated straddle, just so it hurts your heels to just be no pattern. You might want to keep your heels on the mat. You can kind of push yourself forward to just open up a little more. Inhale again, open the chest, and exhale, forward. And try to make sure that your toes are pointing up rather than rolling in or out to keep the hip in proper alignment. Again, using your breath to deepen into the pose with each exhalation. Good, and slowly come up. And face the front of your mat again. Inhale, reach up, exhale. Fold, hinging at the hips, reach towards your toes or just anywhere on your legs. And drop your head. Breathe. And inhale, come up. Bring your right foot in to your inner thigh. And reach up, exhale, fold. And if you're really folding from your hips and waist, then all of these forward folds should also be stretching your hips as well as your hamstrings. Keep your left leg engaged. Really pointing the toes up. Good, and inhale, come up, and switch sides. Inhale, reach up, exhale, fold. Good, inhale, look up, exhale, come all the way up, and point your left knee towards the front of the mat, and see if you can stack your right knee on top. And then bring your left arm up and your right arm back, and see if you can clasp your hands or use a strap or just touch your fingers together. Inhale and exhale, fold. And as you fold, you should feel a nice stretch in your hips. If you don't want to do that with your hands, you can just rest your hands down too, and you're still getting the benefit of the stretch in your hips. Actually, release your neck and head. Good, and slowly come back up and switch sides. And again, if you want to do the shoulder opener, your left leg is on top, right arm comes up, left arm back. See if you can touch your hand or clasp, or use a strap. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, slowly come up. And I'm just going to move my mat away from the couch to prepare for the next thing we're going to do. Make sure your strap is nearby and your blocks, if you have those things. And we're going to make our way onto our backs. I know it's getting close to an hour, so we're going to do it through boat pose. So draw your belly in. You just want to make sure we get a little core work in here. Maybe straighten your legs and release. And really try to use your core, like especially your lower abdomens, to bring your chest closer to your legs. You can also keep your knees bent, and you're still getting a lot of core work if you just bring your rib cage close to your legs. And slowly come down. Stay here, just engaging your core, feeling that core connection with your back flat on the mat. And release. Hug your knees in. And we're just gonna grab our strap and put it around the ball of your right foot. Drop your left leg down straight, toes pointing up. And just bring your foot towards you as you exhale. If you don't have a strap, you can also just use your hands to do this. It's just a little easier with a strap. And then exhale. Open your hip out to the side and drop your foot. And use your left hand to keep your left leg down and as straight as possible. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Pull your foot towards you a little more. And bring your left foot up and switch sides. And exhale, bring your foot towards you. Inhale. And exhale, open your hip. Externally rotating your hip. And drop your foot towards the mat. And again, you can use your right hand to press your right leg down. So you want to keep that hip down on the floor. Otherwise, if you're falling over to the side just to get your hip down, your leg down, that's kind of defeating the purpose of this being a hip opening pose. Good, and inhale, come back to center. So it doesn't matter how far your leg goes down, you just want to feel your hip opening. Exhale, bring your leg in. and release. Put it strap to the side. And I said I would do all hip openers, so just one more. Bend both your knees, bring your right ankle over your left knee. So this is kind of like what we were doing before we were standing after two toes. Thread your hands around your left thigh, and then bring your left leg towards you as you push your right knee away from you. And breathe. So this is a supine pigeon pose. We had to skip pigeon because we were getting short on time, but we did a standing pigeon and supine pigeon. Good. Another side. Remember, push the knee away from you. And try to keep your feet flexed. Good, and release. Hug your knees into your chest. Just give yourself a little massage on your back. And we need to make sure we do a quick bridge pose and a quick inversion after that, because they're very important to do in every practice. So just point your toes forward, feet hip distance apart. See if you can grab your ankles. Bring your shoulders back. Exhale. Tuck your pelvis so you're lengthening your lower back. And inhale, push your hips up and bring your shoulders back. Now, there are actually a lot of hand positions for this one. As you push your hips up, you can have your hands like this, just pressing your upper arms into the mat to help you come a little higher. You can have your arms back behind you like this. You can have your hands clasped under you. That just opens the chest and shoulders a little more. Or you can even support your hips with your hands to really bring your hips up high. Good. And exhale, slowly release one vertebra at a time. Draw your knees into your chest. And if you have a block, go ahead and grab it. If not, that's okay. We're just gonna straighten our legs up. If you have a block, you can support your hips. And if you feel like going into shoulder stand or plow from here, go ahead. We're just gonna stay here for about a minute. Keep breathing. It's a good opportunity to practice your Ujjayi breath. Good. And slowly bring your feet down. Remove the block if you're using it. And prepare for resting in Shavasana. Now, just traditional Shavasana. Actually, no matter what you're going to do for Shavasana, do this first. Come into a stiffened corpse pose. So point your toes, internally rotate your legs so your knees are coming towards each other. Reach your arms over your head if you can. If not, you can just press your arms next to your sides. We just want to be kind of tensing every muscle in our body for a moment before we relax everything. Draw your belly in, inhale. Hold your breath. Squeeze your eyes shut. Really try to tense every muscle in your body, just engage every muscle. And then relax. Let go of the Ujjayi breath. So for Shavasana, traditional Shavasana, just let your feet fall out to the sides. Have your palms facing up, shoulders open. It's a nice neutral position of your spine. If you want to be doing kind of a chest and shoulder opener, heart opener, as well as a hip opener, or any combination of that, you can modify with blocks. So you can bring the block between your shoulder blades and bring the soles of your feet together in Baddha Konasana for both your hips and shoulders opening. Or if that's uncomfortable for your hips, you can straighten your legs, or if you have a lot of props, you can support your knees or your thighs with the blocks. But whatever you're doing, just feeling heavy on the mat as you set yourself up. Relaxing. And go of any remaining tension, and I'm just gonna guide you through a relaxation. Relax your toes. Relax your feet. Relax your ankles. Relax your lower legs. Relax your knees. Relax your upper legs. Relax your hips. Relax your belly and your pelvic floor. Relax your rib cage. Relax your chest. Relax your shoulders. Relax your upper arms. Relax your elbows. Relax your lower arms. Relax your wrists. Relax your hands and fingers. Relax your tailbone. Relax your lower back. Relax your middle back. Relax your upper back. Relax the base of your neck. Relax your jaw. Relax your cheeks. Relax your mouth, lips, and tongue. Relax your eyes. Relax your forehead and eyebrows. Relax your entire body, feeling a wave of relaxation washing from the top of your head all the way down your body through your toes. And then back up again from your toes all the way to the top of your head. Your body is heavy, but your inner body, your inner energy is light. Releasing any thinking or planning, letting any thoughts come and go. As you totally release into the present moment. And slowly start to wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing your awareness back into the space around you. And whenever you're ready, bend one knee and then the other. Get your arms over your head and slowly roll onto one side, using your arms as a pillow. And bring yourself back into a comfortable seated position. And I know the class is getting into an hour and 15 minutes. So I try to just have the main part of the practice be an hour, and then I guess about 10 minutes of Shavasana. And then I'm going to do a few minutes of a loving kindness meditation, and then pranayama. So the class, if you need to leave, that's fine. So the rest of the class will just be the meditation pranayama, and you could always come back to it, of course, when you have more time. But if you do have time now, then please join me in this loving kindness meditation. So I'm just going to say words and you can repeat them back either out loud or in your head. So first we're going to be directing the loving energy towards ourselves. And close your eyes. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free from pain. And may I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free from pain. And may I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free from pain. And may I live with ease. And now we're going to direct that same energy towards a person or a group of people. So just try to focus on whoever you would like to direct your energy to. You can even kind of picture them in your head. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from pain. And may you live with ease. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from pain. And may you live with ease. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from pain. And may you live with ease. And now we're going to direct the loving kindness towards all sentient beings. May all be happy. May all be healthy. May all be free from pain. And may all live with ease. May all be happy. May all be healthy. May all be free from pain. And may all live with ease. May all be happy. May all be healthy. May all be free from pain. And may all live with ease. Good. And then you can open your eyes and we're going to move on to pranayama. So this is alternate nostril breathing. It's really good for centering your energy and just for practical purposes, kind of clearing out your whole sinus and nasal area. So we always hold our nose with our right hand and just have our left hand resting on our left knee. So using your ring and pinky fingers to close your left nostril and your thumb to close your right nostril. So we'll start by closing our left nostril. Inhale through your right nostril. Close both sides, hold for a moment, and exhale through your left nostril. Close, inhale right. Close, exhale left. 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 And close. And now we're going to switch. So inhale left. And close, exhale right. Close, inhale left. And close, exhale right. Close, inhale left. And close, exhale right. And close, inhale left. And close, exhale right. And release. Breathe through both nostrils. Notice that it feels just any clearer and more balanced. And that is all. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a beautiful week and weekend. Enjoy the 3-day weekend if you have today off for Juneteenth. I hope you do. And thanks again. Namaste.